athletes and performers to improve their confidence and overcome mental block, anxieties and other confidence issues. So today I thought I'd come in to talk about journaling. A lot of people talk about it being good, not only for their sport, also in life in general. And the biggest problem I seem to get from people, or some struggles that people have, is they don't know where to start and they don't know what to do and what is the difference between the journals. So I thought I'd come on today to give you some suggestions of what you could talk about and write in your journals. And I do recommend that you write within a pen. You'll get your children to write the old-fashioned way rather than typing in there. So many different ways that you can journal that can help, not just for your sport and improving your sport, but your overall confidence and your abundance of life. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is gratitude. And by getting into that habit of every morning getting up and writing 3 things that you're grateful for will transform your life. You'll realise how powerful it is to then start feeling grateful for what you already have, instead of feeling that it's all about the lack of what we don't have. So just write down something that's you're grateful for, and it doesn't have to be the obvious. It doesn't have to be the fact that you've got a roof over your head, you've got food. It could be something as simple like, today I'm really grateful that it was sunny this morning, that I could take the dog out for a walk, because now it's absolutely pouring it down with rain. But that would be something to be grateful for. But then also, if you look at it within sport, it could be that you're really grateful for the coaches that you have, or so that if you're a parent and for having coaches who really help your child progress from that, or your coaches are there to protect you or your child from getting injured, and you're really grateful for the support that they give them or yourself. Second thing is to actually sit down each morning with that intention of what are you going to do to make it great. And if we sit down and think about the day and think, what is it today that's going to make my life really great? And you spend a minute, that's all you need to write down those things you think will make it an awesome day. And the third thing in the morning is you could write an affirmation down. If you've not written any affirmations, then that's something I do suggest that you go away and look at, and have that one affirmation or a couple of affirmations you write down every single day, so that it can get built in to your everyday life. Now, you can just use a notebook. I find that I like the prompt, so I have a 6-minute diary, but there's lots and lots of other journals out there that will give you the prompts for you to be able to work on those little simple things. So 3 minutes in the morning, that is 3 minutes evening, where you reflect on what made today great, any good deeds that you've done, and that's it really. That's as simple as it can get. If you want to go a little bit further, I do have a reflection diary. I think that's because I'm a psychologist and we're so used to be having reflective practice. Working within sport and performing arts, it's really good to have that reflection too. And that's just looking at the end of each day or after a training session, looking at what went well and what you could do to improve. It's simple as that. 2, 3, 4 minutes in the car. You can just do it there, or your child can do it when they're going home, or they sit there before they go to bed, just having that little time to reflect on what went well today. And then I have a third journal. So that one's this one here, and you can see this. I like these. So it's got in there today's reflections, what went well, and then there's another box there to put in what has improved. And my third journal, which is this one, I don't necessarily write in this every day. This is my thoughts journal, And that's all about those negative thoughts you or your child have in order to be aware of what's coming up for you. So if you feel the need to write down, if it's you've got these thoughts that are going, I'm not good enough, those people are better than me, why can they do it and I can't, all these things can go into that particular journal, and you can write and write and write as much as you want, just to dump it somewhere, because if you can dump it out of the mind, that means that it's then out of the mind and you can fill the mind with positive affirmations, what you're going to do to make yourself improve. And by writing it into the journal, it gives you that count of where you've come over 6 or a year period. So it's an ideal time to start it here, because the end of 2020, look at the journal and you can see how far you've come. And that's really important when you find things have been tricky, because sometimes we forget how much we've progressed and how much better we are until we actually reflect back of what it journeyed over that year. And we'll talk a little bit more about goals and intentions that I prefer to use over the next few weeks, because it is becoming to the end of the decade and we are starting a new one. So it's about looking at what's happened in the last year and also what your intentions are for the year to come. So I hope that's useful for you. If you're watching this on the replay, just put #replay, or any questions in the comments if you want any clarification on that, and I will come back to you as soon as you can. That was useful for you, and I shall speak to you soon. Take care.